This book is called Wuzzles. Butterbear Plants a Surprise. I wonder what kind of a surprise. Tina was a happy little girl who loved to work in her garden. She liked to dig holes and plant seeds and water the soil. Then she would watch the tender green shoots begin to grow. One day she put aside her hoe and went to lie down in a hammock. She wanted to read her new book about a wuzzle named Butterbear. Butterbear was a lovely, very lovely wuzzle, half bear and half butterfly. The bear part of the butterfly loved nature, and the butterfly part of her loved flowers and plants. So she tended the beautiful and useful plants that grew in the land of Was. Often she could be heard talking to her plants, and though nobody could prove this, it was said the plants talked back. Isn't she cute? And look at her wings. Sometime Butterbear invented special plants for her wuzzle friends. One time she invented a special floating seagrass for Mosel, so he wouldn't have to dive to the bottom of the sea to find food. This time, I've outdone myself, said Butterbear to herself. I've invented the perfect plants for hippopotamus and rhinoceros. Butterbear hummed to herself as she carried Hoppy's gift down to the road. The plant was a brand new kind of vegetable tree. Butterbear had invented it because she knew that hippopotamuses wasn't on a diet. This plant will solve her salad problems forever. Hoppo will love it. Look at her carrying it. When Butterbear got to Hoppo's house, she rang the doorbell. Hippopotamus opened the door and clapped her hands. "Oh, what's that?" Butterbear exclaimed. "It's a banana lettuce tree. A lettuce plant only grows one head at a time, but a crossed lettuce with a banana tree, so the lettuce would grow in bunches. You'll have lots of lettuce for your salads now." "Great," shouted Hoppo. "Let's plant it in the backyard." In the backyard, Hoppo pulled the paper and ribbon off the plant. She giggled as Butterbear planted the tree. "I can hardly wait until the lettuce bunches grow." Butterbear wiped her dirty paws. "That will be soon, Hoppo. But you better remember to water it every day." Hoppo smiled, faded a bit. "Okay, but sometimes I'm going to forget about watering." Ooh, look at it. It's going to be a big tree. Butterbear went back to her garden for Rhinoceros' gift. As she picked up the plant, she chuckled to herself. "Rhinoceros likes jokes and tricks. The new plant will be lots of fun for him." She arrived at Rhinoceros' house and rang the doorbell. Instead of a ringing, it made a loud honking sound. "That's Rhinoceros for sure," grinned Butterbear. Rhinoceros answered the door, wearing a wastebasket on his head. "How do you like my new hat, Butterbear?" "Ha ha ha." Butterbear smiled politely. "Very funny, Rhinoceros. Speaking of funny, I brought you a silly gift. Can I put it in your backyard?" "Well, I didn't plant on it, but let's grow for it." Ha ha ha. He has a silly conversation. There he lives up in the banana tree. And look, the roof is a banana peel. "What is it?" said Rhinoceros as he watched Butterbear dig a hole. "It's a watermelon flower. Bend over and sniff it." When Rhinoceros smelled the large flower, it squirted him in the face. Double great, laughed Reineke. I'll call it Old Faceful. Butterbear was happy that both her friends were so pleased with their gifts. A week later, she decided to look into the other new plants. But when she visited Hoppo's house, there was trouble. Hoppo was very upset. I don't like to complain, Butterbear, but I'm having a problem with my new tree. What's the matter? Butterbear said as they walked to the backyard. Just look, said Hoppo, pointing skyward. Butterbear was shocked. Instead of growing close to the ground, the tree had grown very tall. The lettuce was so far away you couldn't reach it with a ladder, said Butterbear. Worse yet, said Hoppo, the lettuce bunches are shaped like bananas. Butterbear scratched her head. I don't know what could have gone wrong, Hoppo. Let me think about it for a little bit, and I'll come back. When Butterbear left, she headed straight over to Reineke's house. I hope that plant is doing okay. Look at the lettuce up here. No wonder why Hoppo couldn't reach it. But Reineke was upset too. I don't like to look a gift flower in the petals, Butterbear, but that new watermelon flower is a dud, and that's no joke. What seemed to be the matter with the plant, said Butterbear. See for yourself, said Reineke. Go ahead, sniff it. Butterbear walked over to the watermelon flower and sniffed. It didn't squirt her in the face, it just dribbled out a small stream of water. It does that all the time, said Reineke. That's about as funny as a broken joy buzzer. Reineke was upset. That bad joke could ruin my reputation. Poor Butterbear excused herself and walked sadly home. Back in her own garden, Butterbear looked around gloomily. I'm not good at inventing plants anymore. Why, I'm not even fit to tend them. Maybe I should just give up gardening entirely. She broke her garden hoe back scratcher in two and sat down with a sigh. She was very sad. Tina leaped from the hammock. Butterbear can't quit gardening. I think I know an answer. Oh, I wish I was there to help her. I wish in the land of was. Suddenly the sun glittered off a watering can and dazzled Tina so she couldn't see. But when she looked around, she was in Butterbear's garden. Butterbear sat up with a start. Who are you? I'm Tina, and I think you're the greatest gardener in the world. No, I'm not, frowned Butterbear. I make crummy plants. Tina shook her head. Just because they didn't work the way you wanted them doesn't make them crummy. Maybe if you looked at what the plants really did, you would see they are great. Butterbear suddenly smiled. I get it. The plants were meant to do different things. All I have to do is give the right plant to the right wuzzle. That's it, Tina cheered. Butterbear grabbed her shovel and said, Come on, we have some switching to do. Together they ran to Hoppo's house. Butterbear and Tina ran into Hoppo's backyard and started digging up the banana lettuce tree. What are you doing? Cried Hoppo. Trust me, said Butterbear, lifting one end of the tree. And don't worry, Tina said, picking up the other end. We'll be back. The two of them scampered off down the street. When they got to Reineke's house, they found him making faces at himself in his funny mirror. He looked up from his funny reflection and saw the banana-shaped lettuce. Say, that's a yummy-looking plant. Where are you going with it? Your backyard, said Butterbear as Tina and she ran past him. Butterbear dug up the watermelon flower, then plopped Hoppo's tree into the hole. I'm taking away your dribble flower and giving you that banana lettuce tree instead. I hope the tree isn't too high for you. Reineke smacked his lips. Let us not be silly. Trees are no problem to me. I'm half monkey, you know. Ha ha ha. Reineke scampered up the tree with ease and began munching on the new treat. Butterbear and Tina carried the watermelon flower back to Hoppo's house. Under Hoppo's suspicious eye, the two of them planted it. Hoppo frowned. First you give me a lettuce tree that's too tall, and now you give me a flower that leaks. Is that supposed to be better? Of course it is, said Butterbear proudly. With that flower dripping water all the time, you'll never have to remember to water your plants. Hoppo grinned from ear to ear. That's wonderful. I'll take 6 more. I want my entire garden watered by watermelon flowers. Back at her garden, Butterbear gave Tina a beautiful sunflower rose. Thanks for helping me match the right plants to the right wuzzles. Tina smiled. Well, sometimes you can solve a hard problem if you just look at it in a new way. Then Tina gave Butterbear a great big snuzzle. That was the Wuzzles. See you soon.